Hmm. A warlock opponent. See how that goes. Throw away board clears, keep early game nonsense. Cool. End the turn. Got all the value I could possibly want. And probably just gonna hero power. No need to spend my removal early. Okay, that might prompt some removal, or I can just chill Fallen Baron. Probably just gonna do that instead. Yeah. So like Hollow, Wallow, where the heck that 7-drop is called deck. I think this deck probably just eats that deck alive. End the turn. Just make a massive starship before they can start doing their stuff. And they have my hero power is on notice. Let's just throw, I guess, some leeches around. And no real need to play that on my Chill Fallen Baron. They went ahead and did a bit of trading for me. Appreciate it. I have the combo already in hand, but I'll probably just spend the turn. Probably as Ancient of Yore, or I can put Defense Crystal in play. Really don't feel like I'm in any rush for value. So I'll just go ahead and establish my starship piece. Start stacking up the armor. Overgrown Horror. And oh, that's a pretty good adapt. Um, does that prompt me to use a board clear? Probably. I can also like squeak in a little bit more armor gain. It's actually kind of cool. Yeah, we'll squeak in some armor gain. And then do a bit of a board clear. Gain armor, rebuy my starship piece. Pretty solid. Not bad. Just doing control Death Knighty stuff. Looks like the opponent is also blown away by my plays. Don't blame them. Can't blame them there. Oh, they're back. Pretty good answer. Oh, right, they had two of them because it was made off of that one guy. That makes sense. The movement in 8-6 is not ideal again, but we can probably figure it out. All right. So they have an 8-6. That is terrifying. Don't get me wrong. But I have a 4-4 and a charging spire. A charging spire is probably good enough for me. Or I could try to taunt up a little bit. No, we need the spire. Let's get the spire going. Yeah. Let's soften up this guy so this can do a pretty effective trade in either one of them. And now I have a Direwolf Alpha. An oldie but a goodie, the Direwolf Alpha. Okay, so they're just like full on Discover Demon. What is your play? The Demonic Studies. And then I will find a Party Fiend. Okay. Pretty solid. And then Tap and Last, a classic. Are you shoving both face? I'd probably trade that one. No. They opted to not just trade that one. Okay, well, I'm going to do the obvious. Hit there. Let's take this guy off the board. And I will also Defense Crystal. Yeah. Just an honest to goodness Defense Crystal. So if they're trying to build up a huge wallow, the wall is not very big. It doesn't have charge yet. It has a lifesteal and like an attack buff, but that's about it. Okay, so I think this is just demons. Which, again, seems like a pretty easy matchup for me. Cool. So they put that on top, just a random legendary on top. I respect it. And we are again putting it on top. Okay. So I'm going to have to deal with some pretty massive minions here soon. This will deal a bit with what they're doing. Can I afford to Ancient of Yore yet? Or I could draw 2. Effectively 3. Maybe I'll just save Ancient of Yore for post Kill Jaden and just try to keep sticking aboard. And if I can get a Wild Pyromancer to go with this, we're absolutely cooking. Won the turn there. Deal with their 2 minions. Okay, so I'm at a very fair and balanced 41. And they are continuing the Dark Gift train. So I can Nemalia next turn if I want to. They're going to opt for a table flip, which will find me a Suffocate. Alright, what kind of huge minion do they have in store for me? Reborn with stats. Yep. Not bad. This has just 3 pieces, so I can Exodar and get back pieces. Yeah, I don't hate that. We are going to Exodar for pieces. Yeah, give me them delicious, delicious pieces. And I don't really see a reason to not just play everything out. So I'm going to do exactly that. My Ceaseless Expanse is ticking up, or down, rather. So that was off the Shadow Flamestalker, so they discover more and more Dark Gifts. You gotta respect that. You simply have to respect it. That was one of the ones that they put back on top with the Sweet Dreams modification. Okay. They have successfully drawn probably their Wallow. How's it going, Zeal? Yeah, I'm probably just gonna dunk on my opponent. Yeah, I'm feeling like it's a dunk on my opponent angle. So let's crash into there. Sure, crash into there. And I do not want to trigger this guy's death rattle, so just don't spit out a death rattle and we're chilling. I mean, that's pretty good. I don't think I can utilize it super well, but don't you under any circumstances respect a Dark Gift Warlock player? Will do. Wasn't in my plan. I will instead just disrespect him, honestly. Kind of a low roll. A bit of a low roll. So I'll just cut my losses and Ancient of Yore. I feel like I'm in a winning position. I hate to like call my shots early, but I do feel like this is a bit of a winning position. I have like AoE times a million. Okay, I got a Creature of Madness. Like their Wallow is like absolutely massive right now. And this is currently, what do I have in here? 2 Arcanite Defense Crystals. All right, what we got in here? This is still in standard. Everybody knew that. Myself included. So let's go ahead. This is going to look weird, but I think I just need to make board space. Because this has a guiding figure. I mean, I think this will just be game, so I typically encourage people to find the line where it's game, because we're just going to suffocate this guy. Yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling like this game's a bit over. Yeah. Cool. Very cool. All right. So now that a few people are here, the theme of the stream is playing a deck that I absolutely hate. If you've seen any of my videos, I have been a big hater of Starship Death Knight for like a minute now. Mostly because I'm on the receiving end of an absolute beating. But in order to justify the hate, I'm gonna take it for a spin. Got a rogue. Not really sure what rogue is doing these days. I'm sure there's still like sandbox scoundrel into big idiot. That's like just been kind of the name of the game ever since Scoundrel has come out. But whatever they're playing, my gameplay is probably just going to be find Chill Fallen Baron, find 3 mana Starship Piece, and Guiding Figure. Cool. End the turn. I've joined the Death Knight Space Fleet just for today. I'm still thoroughly a hater of this deck. Don't get me wrong. I take no enjoyment over dominating my opponents with this deck. Maybe like a little bit. Maybe just like I'm playing against a Living Flame Rogue. If there is a Living Flame Rogue deck out there that's like meta, I apologize, but I do think Zegan might be a bit of a brewer. But yeah, I probably just hate on this deck because like it beats me up most of the times I play it. Okay, so like the rest of the cards my opponent is playing seem very playable. I'm just big question mark on Living Flame. Draw 2, kill a 2/1, make this guy real small. Think that's my best play. I can also Nightmare Lord Xavius. But yeah. Yeah. That seems like the play. Hides my Spaceship Hunter. So like Spaceship Hunter's like actually cool. Like I hate to be like say who plays a cool deck and who doesn't play a cool deck, but like if we're measuring cool points, Spaceship Hunter definitely wins that competition against the deck I'm playing. So they okay, so they're just playing Cycle Rogue still. Gotcha. Understood. Should I feel like it might be appropriate to do this little combination, but also like their boards can be pretty big. Hopefully they go like really wide. Okay, they're still doing their thing. But like honestly, like do I care that they're doing all this? Like don't I kind of want them to pop off a little bit? So I can do like my disgusting combo. You know what? Pop off, Rogue. Have a great time. Do your thing, do your stuff. Ow. Leech down. Do your thing. Play like a bunch of giants so I can clear them. Dubious purchase. Okay, okay. Hit him on the way out. Beautiful. One more. One more for good measure. Perfect. Perfect. Am I planning to stream the pre-release brawl? I unfortunately did not buy like the mega bundle or like because you can use I think the bundle in the pre-release brawl. If I bought the bundle, 100% I would. Um, but I'm a bit don't tell Blizzard. I didn't buy it. I also don't plan on buying the Tavern Pass this time around. Again, don't tell them. They'd be furious with me. Much like my opponent will be furious that their giant is Dunzo. And you know what? I think I'm just going to a Vampiric Blood as well. I also have like a cheeky little board clear lifesteal. I honestly don't know how they plan on beating this. Damn, give fruited Blizzard. Getting fruited is just saving your money for groceries. One day that'll be in the Webster's Dictionary. A person who doesn't buy digital cards instead opts for groceries. It was a tough decision. It was very tough. I think my opponent might be dead. I hate to call it before it's over, but I'm not liking their chances. Okay, okay, they're drawing their cards, they're doing their stuff. Yep. Cool, cool. I'm about dead. Look out, self. They're drawing more cards. Gotta respect it. Good game, opponent. It's been a pleasure. I will be at 43. And you'll be at 19. Oh, the backup plan. Oh, snap. You hate to be my opponent and have to play this card. Oh, manager will bring me down to a mighty 41. I feel completely safe. Yeah, I don't think I've felt safer in my life. Okay. Don't they usually like run like Insidious in this deck? Like, is that something I should be concerned with? Blood Mage Thalnos. Okay. There we go. There's the guy. Okay. So I believe the last thing, this is like the last like wave of stuff they have. And if I'm wrong, I have a corpse explosion. Yeah, I will take some damage on the way out. Yep. Okay. And then we will Vampiric Blood and Guiding Figure. Cool. Close game. Close game. Some Phoenixes. We'll eat the imp for some stylish fatigue points. Minus 20. Nice. That seems like a pretty good matchup. I think they even like, I mean, especially since they've been nerfed now with that spider. What's it called? Twisted Webweaver. That guy being 2 mana is just like game over. Just absolutely churning through these bronze ranks. I'm really worried that this deck is just going to be like still insane with the new set, because it really just doesn't feel like it has many downsides. I could be wrong. Let's see if a druid can stand up to a Death Knight and his legion of starships. Guiding Figure's cool. Infestation's awesome. Baron. Yeah. That was a landslide. Yeah. When this deck wins, it wins very hard. Okay, this might actually be a bit of a tricky matchup because they go incredibly tall. But maybe the Suffocate can get me out of a bind. Guiding Figure, Soulbound Spire, Match Made in Heaven right there. Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I feel like trying to like squeak out value from your Guiding Figure is just like such bad for tempo. Like if I like coined out Soulbound Spire instead, I'm now like out of coin. Oh no. Pretty much every time I played this deck and had a Midrasil on turn 4 or less, I won the game. So, not liking my chances. They also have like a phenomenal, really low curve start. Another Soulbound Spire does make me feel decent. With all the card draw in hand, I don't want to be playing Chill Fallen Baron. Between Sanguine Infestation and Ancient of Yore, rather just get out my little tempo guy. What are they up to? 4-4 already? Jeez. It is pretty good. Oh. Honestly? Not bad. That's actually very funny. I'm gonna try to keep this guy around. I'm not sure if that's good, but I am gonna try to keep him around. Let's do another Spire. And the turn. Don't want to give them a Symbiosis again. I think they're going to try to prioritize Killing Show. I'm actually very glad they did. An alternative play they could do was just like fill my hand with garbage spells. Like, those spells do a lot more for them than they do for me. Spark of Life, not a bad one. So right now this has a guiding figure and 2 soulbound spires. I imagine they're going to click this because like there's no reason not to. They got that off of Horn of Plenty. A lot of disgusting value from my opponent. Suffocate probably has a lot better uses. Probably just go with Sanguine. Might as well Symbiosis as well. That's funny, I get Wrath because... Okay, I've never seen this card get Wrath. Wrath seems great. Let's do just a precautionary bump into that guy. Almost woke him up. Completely forgot that this was symmetrical. So next turn I can Wrath. After a friendly beast dies. Okay. I don't think they run many beasts. Cue the beast off of this. Living Flame will likely not be drawing a fire spell out of the nature spell deck. They're probably going to... Okay, just juice him up. And then an 8/8 as well. Okay. I've felt safer. Probably going to opt for a Suffocate. Yeah. So yeah, I think this is always happening. It takes a lot of power off. And I will also deal 3 damage here. Clear there, and my leeches will clean up this 3 too. Yeah. Also go up to 21 life. Really what we're digging for is Poison Breath. Got a Trail Mix. My opponent feels very safe with that play. Nemalia will need to do a little bit of work. Nemalia Infested Breath, does that do anything for me? I think this might do just enough. Swing 1 at their head. Coin out the breath. Call it a turn. So Poison Breath, Vampiric Blood, or Infested Breath would be fantastic. Orbital Moon would also be good. Yeah, I think it's just going to be a Midrasil absolutely bodying me. And also just like their hero power. Yep. A little refresh. Nope. Interesting. I think I just need to chill Fallen Baron. Infested Breath. Okay. It might not be enough, but I think I need to try doing it like that, but I think my opponent likely just has lethal this turn. Oh yeah. Super lethal. Impact my battlefield, so if they have like Mass Dispel. Flame Strike. Yeah. That will also fit the bill. Hmm. Bomb off the top? No. Okay. Um. So I do think I need to launch, unfortunately. And do I Pyromancer Orbital Moon for a bit of lifesteal? I think I do. Let's see if that can get me out of this bind. I don't mind that. Okay. Some bombs for you as well. So hopefully they weren't like saving that Mass Dispel off of Zephrys. And I get 2 more 10 drops. I might still be in this game. Gonna be facing down some 10-10s here soon. Okay, a little bit more lifesteal for me. It's another trail mix. Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Some big beefy dudes coming my way. Okay. And I kind of low rolled. But at the same time, I feel like I'm doing just fine. So let's get, I think, some leeches going. And yeah, I think it makes sense to do it like this. And then Nightmare Lord Xavius will find me a Ceaseless Expanse that's big. So that will go there every time. This will go... Actually, I kind of need to clear some room. Probably should have cleared there because of that. Let's just attack their face and call it a day. Not bad. There's no way like I'm getting away with this game, right? Like I have a huge Ceaseless Expanse on top, which could very well end the game. Sleep Under the Stars. So we already saw one chameleon. They have 12 cards left, 2 of which being bombs. That's a lot of stats, but Ashamain. That's not ideal. Because they could get my Ceaseless Expanse. Hmm. Not great. Thanks, Yannick. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so they did Corpse Explosion me. And kill Jaden. Okay, so they are ahead on the kill Jaden race. Which is not good. I think the only way I win is by finding not a bomb. A bomb is not really what I'm after. Orbital moon. I think it's poison breath or infested breath. Could have had better order there, I'll be honest. Was trying to avoid the pyromancer tick, but I think overall that was maybe a misplay. And that's my final push. It's my final push for beating my opponent. Love your Blob Death Knight deck taking a break after a 10 win streak. I wish I was playing that deck right now. Unfortunately, I am playing what I'm calling my least favorite deck. Oh, I think with that my opponent wins. You know what, opponent? It's fine. It's fine. It's a-okay even. Man, Ashamain is so good. I completely forgot they even had an old god in their hand. Tough. Man, Imbue Druid is so good. It's probably the deck I had like overall the most success with in like the previous few months. Okay. Demon Hunter versus Lich King. Two of the more grindy decks of the format. And yeah, none of this seems keepable. Late game, Corpse Explosion, Suffocate, need some Starships, and Vampiric Blood's also kind of a mid-late game card. Yeah, I thought I also had that Imbue Druid on the ropes, but that Ashamain put me away. End the turn. Yeah, if you ever need a card to turn the corner, Ashamain is probably one of your best bets. Okay, so my opponent is on a bit of an aggressive start. Let's go ahead and, I guess, soften up one of these guys. Double Brain Masseuse on turn 1 with the coin. I mean, it lines up very well against this hand, but definitely an interesting decision. Because I was like an infested breath away from this being an issue, but my opponent was on the make them have it line. Yeah. Slow and steady, that's what I say. So we're just working our way up to an Arcanite Defense Crystal. They're going to go with a Paraglide, a little bit of value. Chill Fallen Baron. I could also Hero Power Vampiric Blood. It's a little bit more mana efficient. Also heals me a bit. Because next turn it's pretty much just going to be Arcanite Defense Crystal. Kind of want to save my Orbital Moon for maybe a Pyromancer. Yeah, let's just go knock that guy down a peg. Gain some life for some Infested Breath. So next turn might just be a Chill Fallen Baron Infested Breath. The Leech will deal with this 2-1. Good old Nightmare Lord Xavius. Next turn could also be Pyromancer, Orbital Moon, Infested Breath, if need be. If I feel like I need to gain life that desperately. I don't feel that desperate to gain life, though. Slow and steady. Let's try dealing with that Nightmare Lord over time. This will deal with the 2-1. We have a 5-5. Okay. So we really want to see maybe a Poison Breath, right? Ceaseless Expanse. Is this good enough for a Vampiric Blood or Poison Breath? The positive side, it does enable Vampiric Blood to draw a card. I'm not convinced that this is correct, but that was the deciding factor, getting that additional corpse so I can draw a card off of this. May have been a bit too early for the Poison Breath, but still think it's not a halfway bad play. So they've not found their Ball Hog yet, but they may also be the Starship build. I kind of doubt they are, though. I don't know if they run these specific cards in the Starship build. Next turn might just be Infestation Hero Power. Scratch that. It's actually... it's pretty mana inefficient, but I do think Orbital Moon on Arcanite Defense Crystal is probably just what I'm supposed to be doing this turn. Their deck does oftentimes play red card, but gotta have them use it. Ooh. Acupuncture is brutal. So if I can find Nemalia or Suffocate, that wouldn't be bad. Guiding Figure. This might just be game. Yeah, I may have been a bit too early on the poison breath. So if I wild pyromancer, so they have 4, 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 19. Okay. Yeah, I think this is lethal, unfortunately, and yeah. So it's 5 plus 7, 12. So I'm at 14. Nightshade Tea. Okay, so they're going to try to deal lethal through that. If they have Ball Hog in hand, it is lethal. Pretty sure. Yeah. Nearly lethal. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. And then Suffocate will not kill that because I'm not building a starship. Gain a little bit. And let's draw a card. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. They had lethal in many ways. Okay. Man. So close to turning the corner. Okay, so the misplay there is Poison Breath was maybe a little too early. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. I think that was the only real big blunder. Let's see if we can rally with this paladin. Okay. Soulbound Spire, Infested Breath. Holy smoke, the Death Knight class has a lot to say to Paladin. Soulbound Spire, Infested Breath, I think are the cards we like most want to see in most matchups. Guiding Figure also rock solid. I might actually save Guiding Figure for scratch that. I was gonna save it for the coin, but this is just way too enticing. Get a leech out early. I'll have 2 leeches going here soon. Objective, do not let Paladin target their stuff. Does multiple lines of facing lethal feel better or worse? Um, I gotta respect a good BM, you know. I hate to say it, but back in the day, I was known to BM my opponents a little bit. I let it creep out a little bit here and there, especially if my opponent's like emoting a lot. I might venture to do a bit of BMing, but I typically, you know, don't like the slow rolls. Um, So the question here, I think I do need to Infested Breath. Yeah, this will clear their stuff. The spell burst doesn't land on anything, but I think that's okay. Again, objective, keep their board as clear as possible. Paladin is only scary when they can make a board, and this does seem to be Menagerie. Looks like I was not able to keep them away from making a board for long. Vampiric Blood. Unfortunately, I do think I just need to go for that, and I am glad I did. Let's get out a Guiding Figure. So if they have Aura this turn, I mean, that's a beating, but also we have a good response to it. If they don't play Aura, I'll probably just take the opportunity to Ancient of Yore. Really wasn't sure what Paladin they were on until the Mother Duck. I mean, like, Muster could have probably pointed me to Menagerie aggro, but this solidifies it for sure. Got themselves a flash sale. I think this is enough pressure for me to fire off Pyromancer. I could also Ancient of Yore and just like face tank all this damage. I think if they had Aura, they would have played it that turn. And I really want to get as much value out of that as possible. So we'll see if I regret this. So right now I'm facing 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 damage. They'll bring me down to 28 on board right now. 27 with the weapon. Okay. So they're not slamming down Aura or an additional flash sale. But they would probably play this before flash sale. So if they have another flash sale, it's kind of annoying because they'll have another Annoyotron, but that's also a lot of resources I'm dealing with just this 2-card combo. Okay, and they had the Aura. Okay, well, that is an obscene amount of damage. And they will bring me down to 17. But this is such a good matchup that I'm kind of just like not worried about it. Yeah. Not really too worried about it. And then I have a Suffocate next turn and an Nemalia for however many turns. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty safe. So I have 2 Guiding Figures in here. Honestly, Nemalia into Bummer. I might still Nemalia or Corpse Explosion. Just keep their board clear. That's the name of the game. Also doesn't kill my Ancient of Yore, which is pretty convenient. And this is exactly why this matchup is straight up unfair. Even with a crazy wide board, Crusader Aura, if your goal is to eat this style of deck alive, this is probably what you're wanting. Again, pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. But Yeah, I think Namalia will clear this up. Yeah. So Namalia. And this is reborn with all enchantments, so it keeps its health. And might as well. I don't think I'm just going to chip him down. I think I'm going to thoroughly beat them with everything in my hand. So now they are on their Ursul game plan. Crusader Aura number 2. Not bad. We'll go with Defense Crystal and probably just going to hero power this guy. Play it nice and slow. So their Maul likely drew Ursul. And then I need to get this starship piece in my starship stat. I think my opponent's thinking some things through. Cool. And they're back. Awesome. Love to see it. Firefly. Okay. Into... Gonna assume... Okay. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so they are not on Ursul. So I think for this turn, going to start with Baron. Going to go with a Suffocate. And then I don't see them dealing 8 damage with a Firefly token, so I'm feeling pretty safe with just a Spire. Now, if this card can deal me 8 damage, good game opponent. Yeah, I don't think that's going to deal 8 damage. So let's go ahead and pack up my opponent. And we will launch this bad boy. Play Nightmare Lord. Yeah. Give him Reborn, Taunt, all the fixins. And yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got, opponent. Yeah. Looks like my opponent's maybe more on like a low to the ground deck. The Maul always drawing Menagerie Jug is pretty cool. I think the Ursul package as a top end might be just a tad better though. But I don't blame them. I also refuse to craft that card. Okay, so we're winning the matchups we're mostly supposed to win. That Demon Hunter matchup is still, fresh in my mind, but learning. Priest opponent, probably an aggressive deck. So for that reason, I may be incentivized to keep Pyromancer. Just finding the second half of the combo in Poison Breath would be fantastic. Instead have the infested variety. Okay, looks like they are a slower deck. I will happily join them in the slow deck battle. Give a bird watching. So confirmed a slower deck. Love to see the Spire. Exactly the card we want to see. Produces 2 corpses, so the Vampiric Blood will be up and running here soon. Unless they give me something to Infested Breath hero power. That'll fit. So this is the Aviana deck. So let's go ahead and Infested Breath. And doesn't really matter what I do with that, because this will kill that no matter what. Cool. And then next turn I have Hero Power Blood. Yeah, they're one to like overplan into that 4-drop or 5-drop that makes your top card cost 1. It's a pretty neat deck, actually. Probably looking for a potion that's AoE. Oh, just damage and AoE. They thought that went in a different order. All good. We've all been there. Vampiric Blood will get rid of some corpses. Really wish I had enough mana for that. But I'll just settle for a hero power and 2 damage to their head. Developing their own Ancient of Yore. I wouldn't mind my copy. It's just that easy. Don't mind if I do. All right, time to do an art review. Yeah, I like my chill tree man a little more. Yeah. No offense to this art. This art also rules, but this one is sick. Okay. So I can clear that with a Sanguine Infestation. So I go up to 9 cards, and I would burn 1 there. Okay, never mind. Let's just go with like a lot of starship pieces. Swing 2. Okay. Probably one of their better cards to burn in this matchup. Coining out Aviana. Cool, cool. In that case, So let's go with I think just a Sanguine. Let's bump into there. Bump here. I'm going to build up that starship. Swing 4 at their dome. And get a little bit of lifesteal out of the deal. Is this 3 lunar cycles for Avion? I think it's 3. Okay. Probably just looking at a corpse explosion. Yeah. Corpse explosion, guiding figure. Sounds good to me. And I will save this infested breath for a guiding figure activation once this dies. So they have one more lunar cycle left. I'm really hoping they play another minion so I can bump in. Or they can just do that for me. Also appreciate that. So is it operation... Actually, how many? 2 guiding figures. Okay. I think I'll just get all my pieces back. Yeah, I'm on get all my pieces back mode. Give me all them pieces. And then we will infested. Perfect. And that's all I got. That's it. Take it or leave it. So they are now, everything is now free. You looked up the original. Oh, that's backbreaking. The original Yor was done by the same guy who did Robocaller. Robocaller is pretty sick. Yeah, that might give him points. Robocaller is like functionally one of the coolest cards, and like art wise is like super sick. Oh no. Do they have the combo? Not really sure what I do against what they're doing, I'll be honest. I've felt more confident in my life. That repackage was brutal. It really feels like this deck is like built to eat this deck alive. I was also like a turn like maybe 2 short with my starship. Hmm. Let's draw first. Let's see what we got. Arcanite. Yeah, we're playing the whole squad out. So they're just trying to generate infinite fireballs. It does not look like they have it yet. enjoy. I mean, I'm gonna let the opponent do it. You gotta let him have its fun. Oh, I got Aviana Priest. Yeah, yeah. It's tough. It's tough. And I'm still mega dead because of Tyrion or this weapon. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I have exactly enough. But what are the odds that they have a taunt or a way to deal with a taunt? Very likely. Very, very likely. Yeah, I know. Right, they also just have a fireball. Okay. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But what if I said, let's do another one? What if? So, probably the last standard game of tonight. Might play Battlegrounds afterwards. Um, Battlegrounds is pretty cool, pretty neat. Maybe we can play a tier 7 lobby. Anyway, back to standard. Let's throw back Orbital Moon and keep Baron, Xavius, and Infested Breath. Seems good. Seems nice. Ooh, we got the All-Star squad outside of Soulbound Spire, but this guy always finds Soulbound Spire. So how am I performing with this deck? I have a impressive 4-4 record. Is the deck not being super busted changed my opinion about how much I don't like it? No. No. Imagine a Hearthstone player changing their opinion. Couldn't be me. Ooh, they are on hand buff, so I need to be finding Suffocate or Infested Breath Wild Pyromancer as soon as possible. So is it worth coining out Chill Fallen Baron? Probably. The fact that they are ripping these to start tells me that they have Runebear already in their hand. So is there much of a difference in coining this out? I think actually I want to get Guiding Figure out because Suffocate requires that I'm building a starship. Yeah. And also maybe I can chill Fallen Baron coin to trigger its death rattle, do a bunch of digging. I actually kind of like that. Reserve spot. So let's chill Fallen for Pyromancer. Do I actually want to dig that hard for... Because next turn is just going to be Rune Bear. I think I'd rather keep the coin. What's the coin doing for me? Not much. Corpse Explosion. I'm going to keep these around. So that allowed me to draw one deeper for... Interesting. Okay. Forgot they ran that card. Ancient of Yore has joined the party. Am I going to be taking a fresh 26? I think so. I think I might be taking 26. Divine Shield, Wind Fury. Okay, okay. Maybe that can get me out of a bind. So really, again, just looking for Suffocate or Poison Breath, but my opponent likely has lethal. They just need 4 damage, so just hero powering twice is enough to get it done. RC Rampage. Okay. Whoops, probably shouldn't have done that first. All good. Still lethal, yeah. Okay. Okay, that's fine. We got cheesed. Couldn't find the combo. One more. One more. Just one more. Hey, what's wrong with one more? That's what I say. Okay. Let's not get cheesed again. We have another Demon Hunter. Time for redemption. Sanguine Infestation times 2. No. We just want Soulbound Spire and other starship support, or just like all the high costed stuff. That'll also do. In this game, do I want to coin out your... Maybe? Could see it. End the turn. Grim Harvest. How's a hero power sound? So the 3/3 is out. Might just hero power that one, and then Infestation the following turn. Kind of like that play. But they will likely have their Ball Hog next turn. Still gonna play for it. I doubt it's gonna pan out, but sometimes their Tusk Piercer doesn't find Ball Hog. Let's see if my opponent is unlucky. No. Imagine my opponent being unlucky. This still clears the 2-2, fortunately. And I can start getting some overdraw value. As long as it's not Kil'jaeden or the Exodar, we're all good. Completely valid burn. Um... Hmm. Yeah, I think it's just Arcanite Defense Crystal. That is now a 5-2. You should bump that 5-2 into the Defense Crystal. That'd be a good play. Get some ball hogs back. Okay, okay. Yeah, unfortunately, the ball hogs do not come with that because ball hog has not died yet. But it was a play that did happen. I know, I know, it's tough, but you're still in good shape. Don't worry about it. Don't let that stress you out. So let's go Vampiric. And let's coin out an Ancient of Yore. End the turn. Cool. Got a Nightmare Lord Xavius. So if I kill everything, would this resurrect Ball Hog? Oh, they're gonna kill their own Ball Hog. Amazing. I respect it. Exodar is here. Let's just go Defense Crystal number 2 and a Guiding Figure. So now when they bump in, they will unfortunately get their Ball Hogs. Yep, there they are in all of their glory. Return policy for more Ball Hogs. And a Fell Hunter. So I could Hero Power, bump, and Corpse Explosion would do a full clear. It's kind of good. Or I could just bump, yeah. I could also Pyromancer Orbital Moon if I'm concerned with my life total at all. And I kind of am. So let's go ahead. Orbital Moon, gain some life. Up to 38. We can also Poison Breath. And Soulbound Spire. Call it a day. Yeah. Seems good. So if we can find an infested breath to activate my big starship, that would be absolutely amazing. Or orbital moon. That wouldn't be bad either. Another fell hunter. And a ball hog and a fell hunter. Okay. So I can take another 18. The plan has changed. Yeah, the plan instantly changes with this top deck. And let's get all these pieces back. And go with an infested breath on this fella, I guess. Gain some armor. Cool. We'll end the turn there. So we're going to build that starship right back up. Now I think I don't know if they typically run Kil'jaeden actually. I think their game plan is just like, this should be enough. Face. Face is the place they're thinking. I like it. I will probably do everything but the guiding figure next turn. Yep. Cool. Bump into there. Sure, we'll clear my board a little bit. Couple taunt pieces. Draw almost last. Perfect. Absolutely amazing top deck. Gain a little bit more life, have the combo ready to go, and let's play the mana efficient one. Okay. Feeling a little safer this match. If they have the avoid all taunts guy, that's completely fine by me. If they do play Kil'jaeden, this could be an issue though. Because I don't have my Kil'jaeden yet. And in the Kil'jaeden versus Kil'jaeden matchup, the person who Kil'jaeden's first typically wins. So Suffocate would be good. Infested Breath or Orbital Moon. Sanguine Infestation would also be not terrible. Smart plays are going to bump first because they're going to heal up anyway. Oh, and also to activate Hot Coals. Very solid. That will take care of my totem. Cool. And I think this triggers the way I want it to trigger, but Just in case it doesn't, I am going to hero power because that would be pretty embarrassing if it doesn't trigger the way I want it to. So let's suffocate there. Okay, no, it does. That death rattle would have triggered first. And I get a 3/3 out of the deal. Amazing. Has a spire sound. And the turn. Do you have another red card? That is the question. They probably do, unless it's like in the bottom 9 cards, which isn't super unlikely. Okay, they have a studies. Studies cannot find a silence effect. Not in standard, at least. Blind box. That is a bit of a concern because of Kil'jaeden. See if they found it. Okay. So they are hoping that hits my taunt. It will hit my Dungar. Okay. And I will get a 10 mana minion out of the mix. Okay, cool. So their AV on it is accounted for. And the only thing I am missing in my deck right now is the Ceaseless Expanse, but I think I can get by just fine with what I have here. So let's get to the Kil'jaeden part of the game. Cool. So they do have one more Fell Hunter that I know about. Blind Box could be another one. Could also be the big version of Fell Hunter, which wouldn't be great for me. But I have 2 AoEs. Going to red card that fella. They did get Kil'jaeden, so it is Kil'jaeden v Kil'jaeden. But I do have an Ancient of Yore. Okay. If you're holding one of the same cards as your opponent, shuffle theirs into their deck. Okay, that could be relevant later. For now, let's just Nemalia. Hero power down there. Kil'jaeden. Smack him for 7. Call it a day. So can my Kil'jaeden defeat their randomly generated... Okay. Well, not ideal. Not ideal, I'll be honest with you. Draw a card from my opponent's deck. Okay. Deal. I mean, that's not great. Yeah. I guess we're just going to do that and call it a day. Unfortunately, my dragon will clear their guy, and unfortunately, they're drawing Infernal. Oh no. Infernal is fantastic for them. Maybe Nightmare Lord Xavius can find me something. That will clear my 10-3. And that will clear my 7-4. They'll be at 19, unfortunately. Another Ball Hog with double Battle Cry. Okay. Is it time to Corpse Explosion Ancient of Yore? I think it might be. Yeah. So that feels like it's worth clearing, especially with 2 shots going into my minion. And let's Ancient of Yore out of here. End the turn. Okay, well, we have a big old homunculus. And a blind box will discover yet another legendary. We are thoroughly in a grinding territory. That is pretty funny. Okay. So I can hero power, bump that. Yeah. Bump that. Get out a 12-12 and a homunculus. We'll call it a day there. We have a battle friend. So I do not have lethal on board yet. Hostile Invader's a pretty good one. They do have Sun Fury. Okay. So I need a way to deal with that. Do I want to fire off Poison Breath Pyromancer yet? I don't think I do. This seems totally manageable. I think I want to fire off Xavius. Get a copy of the lowest cost card in my opponent's hand. I think that would just be a big demon, right? I could also... I kind of want a big demon, though. This also has charge. All right, decided. So, what has my opponent got? Sure. Seems pretty good. Um, Oasis ally? I'm just gonna shove face. Not worried with what they're doing. Turns mega over, I guess. Got Peddler. And I know the contents of their hand, so I'm not really too scared what they're doing over there. Spell, weapon. After your opponent plays a minion, spell or weapon, draw the... Okay, they played a minion, so I don't draw a minion. Makes sense. That tracks. And they are going to shove face. I don't think that's a winning line, but that is a line they can take. Fiendish Servant, and I think this is a attack your face with everything I got into concession angle. Yeah. GG opponent. My goodness. Got redemption against the Demon Hunter, but at what cost? That might have been all that game. Whew. Brutal game. But we did win our 5 games of Hearthstone. Okay, so in conclusion, I went, I think, 6-5 with this deck. Maybe 6-6. No, 5-5. 50% win rate. The deck's fine. I'm just a hater. That's all it comes down to. But I can't think of a better way than to end the stream with a game of Battlegrounds. I mean, let's just turn off this tracker and play some good old-fashioned Battlegrounds with no overlay. See what we can do. Actually, GG indeed, Zeal. Crazy game. Actually, with the Hearthstone deck tracker, can I... Surely I can overlay Battlegrounds nonsense with it, right? After you refresh 5 times, find the golden monkey. We got the fun hero. Growing collection. Even more trinkets. Okay. Okay, why not? Windows. So wait, if I add a source, do like a window capture, it's called like Battlegrounds. Please hold. Top player, by the way. Thanks, Yannick. Appreciate it. Appreciate you hanging out. Ooh, no. Sorry for the pink. Holy smokes, that was terrible. Hopefully that doesn't show up. I think it's going to show up on stream. But, that's fine. That's fine. Who doesn't love it? Sorry about that. I just saw it come up. I probably should have warned people before doing that. Oh, man. If you were really close to your phone screen just then, or like your computer screen, my apologies. Oh, man. That was amazing. Okay, let's try that again. Nope, that's not it. Forget it. Just delete it. Okay. We're just gonna go no overlay, just raw battlegrounds. Okay. So I think I want to just save money, get a random one, golden. Okay. Hopefully everybody's eyeballs have recovered from the great pinkening. Probably should have led with this fella first, but you know, professional battlegrounds streamer fruit. Kind of wanna getting thumbs up. Okay. Double thumbs up. No way I get hit with a triple thumbs up. Are you kidding me? It's over. I'm done. I'm toast. No, I'm not gonna level with them. I'm not leveling with you. So I have refreshed 0 times. So like, what am I supposed to be for this trinket? Or this anomaly, rather. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm supposed to be rolling aggressively. Well, the more you know. Okay, so my opponent is going for something at this point. I think I might just be on rolling down mode. Or I can get a 2 cost spell and just roll. No. I regret everything. You know what? Let's just say I'm going for the anomaly. Yeah, we're just going for the anomaly. Yay, a fruit stream. I know, I finally figured out how to stream again. It turns out it's the start stream button. I thought it was the play Balatro button this whole time. Huge waste of time. That's about a 60-hour mistake. Happens to the best of us, though, I hear. Okay. So, generally, get 3 random spellcraft spells. The start of each turn, get 3 more. That card seems bad. Like hard committing to Nagas this early. I'm a sucker for that oil can. You know what? Let's get a 5. Let's get that gold monkey going. Let's get a tier 5. Ooh. Okay. So it's between Drakari or Titus. None of them do much right now. But I feel like Titus has more upside. I could be wrong about that. Just gonna spend this extra gold to progress to my next one. So both of them play well with spell buff. But I think I would rather be more in on Titus right now for spell buff. And like Titus does have overlap with other just general death rattly stuff. If I do end up going for Nagas, which I'm still interested in Naga gaming, I'm getting phenomenal hits. No one gets better hits. Okay, now that I see double blazing grease fire, Drakari with doubling my end of turn effects does seem good. I will concede that fact. I have regrets. We're rolling down. We're just rolling down. We're playing for the rolls. That's all we're doing. Yeah. So it's turn 7. My direction. You may be asking, well, like what the fruit? What possibly are you thinking with this board right here? This collection of goons. No idea. No, not a clue. Not a clue going through my mind right now. But turn 8 is where I hear the magic happens. Quill boards aren't in, right? No. It's only turn 7. I'm just asking these questions now. Undeads are also not in, so the only way that Titus is good is if I find Naga stuff. Yeah. Your fresh 2 refreshes have a 6 drops, random tier 7s. Summon a copy of your leftmost. I think this has the highest upside. Let's get a golden monkey going. And just like that, we get bailed out. So let's get off of this stuff. This can also get out of my face. We just want Shadow Dancer. Yeah. We are 100% on a Shadow Dancer. We do want the big guy. Start rolling down some more. My tavern spells have 1 health this game. Honestly, I think that's correct in this situation. It doesn't feel great, but I do think it's correct. Okay. We are cooking question mark. Not the best eat right there. Bang right there. You know where to go. Beautiful. Okay, +1/+2. Soon to be +1/+3. Okay, so we're dying quickly. I'll be the first to admit that. But I do think we could pull out the win. Your end of turn triggers an extra time. Honestly, that's fantastic. I wish I had the Drakari, but I don't need to pick. Rolling down a little bit. Most of my stuff is demons. I'm looking for a very specific demon that'll fit the bill. I mean, it's just that easy. It's simply just that easy. I'll take another golden monkey. Yeah. An additional golden monkey will find me a whisper. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. So this will... Oh wait, all this stuff triggers an additional time. Pure unadulterated cinema right here. So next turn I do need a level to have a full shop. I mean, this is beautiful. This is gorgeous. How does one even think of beating this with a Hydra? Maybe. Wait. Oh, could you imagine? Okay, I think my Shadow Dancers desperately need taunt. Yeah. Yeah, they need taunt. Okay. So we're going to do a bit of a level. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ooh. Seems worthwhile. Perhaps. No, we want something different. We want, there we go. Peak. That's just peak gameplay. Get some random fives. Could be a Titus. Close. Hmm. Think I will. He never gets eaten. Perfect. Couldn't have drawn it up better. Okay. Taunt up this guy. And this guy. Yeah. What can go? I mean, I'm above the damage cap. I'm dealing buku damage to my opponents. Doubling up on my staffs. And my opponent is doing something very similar, but nowhere near as cool as me. The problem, though, is my opponent's stuff is dying and mine is not, which is a bit awkward for me. And that might actually end up being an issue, as my opponents can't kill my stuff. Okay. It's fine. Another golden monkey. Sounds good. Another fauna whisper. Let's roll. Hold. That might actually be much better. Okay. And then we roll. That's all I got. We are scaling out of control. Actually, do I double up this guy to guarantee that he dies? That might be a bit unhinged, but like I think it might be worth it. I want to like guarantee that he dies. Oh, okay, big mistake. Okay. We have made a grave error. I probably should have cloned this guy instead. Okay. You live, you learn. Ooh, okay, close. Wait. We're still getting crazy value. We're still at the damage cap. My opponent played into that like a fiddle. I am dying, though. Okay, so we are looking for that'll do. We're looking for that divine shield fella again. This would also be good if I can get another one of these guys or a baddie. Oh. End the turn. End that turn. They end twice. Spellcraft, discover nonsense. I'm gonna save this for next turn, actually. Roll that. Oh my goodness, it's so slow. Maybe that's relevant. Gonna keep this here because I'm facing the dead guy and there's no way he's big enough to deal with what I got going on, and I need these to die like desperately. Please. Thank you. Appreciate your service. Just one more right here. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So I need this refresh to just go crazy. We could also... Another baddie. No, I'm looking for something very specific. Not gonna make that mistake again. Um, what we got here? Another tea set? Sure. Okay, okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. We might... Brutal. Yeah, they probably got this one. Ugh. Wait, hold. I actually always had it. I actually was never worried a day in my life. Hmm. Okay, so let's just get right off to the races and start playing the staffs. Sure. Never doubted me. Yep. That is a safe play. And this is why you don't. This is exactly why you don't bet. Amazing. I have no idea why I played that. Reckless. It's just what we call reckless in the business. Oh, I don't even need that golden monkey. Don't even want him, quite frankly. Oh, you gotta roll. You gotta roll. Yeah. Wait. That felt better. Perfection. Absolute perfection. I think they did what I was doing better. Right. So that says 1583 health. Dealt at 1. Dealt at 1. Top 2. We'll take a top 2. No issue at all with the top 2. Two demon players in the top 2. Maybe demons are too good. I'm not sure. Or maybe I'm too bad. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah, it says 1583. Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. Well, let's end on second place. Let's end on second place. You know, we had our fun. We had a good laugh. But it's time to pack them up. Have a good one.